Hello and welcome to BrandsNow on Radionow 95.3 FM Lagos. I'm Stephen Ime Diego. And on BrandsNow, what we do is very simple. The spotlight is on you, your business as an entrepreneur. Today, we have someone in a very interesting sector. His name is Aminu Tukur, and he is here to tell us about Noor Takaful. Aminu, welcome to BrandsNow.
Hello, Stephen. Thank you for having me at your studio today.
Glad to have you with us. So let's get right into it. Can you briefly tell us what Takaful is? What sets it apart from the conventional insurance companies out there?
Takaful basically is derived from an Arabic word called kafala. Takaful means people coming together to assist one another in terms of need or in times of need. So basically, what that does is, under the insurance, is if somebody suffers a loss, people who are contributing to the scheme come together and assist the other individual or the other corporate. So under the conventional insurance, what you do is you transfer your risk to the insurance company. Under the Takaful, you share your risk. So it's like all of us in the studio pulling our resources together and saying, look, where somebody suffers something, let's take something from that pool to restore that person, that individual or that corporate back to their original position.
Right.
Whereas on the conventional side, what you're doing is you've transferred it, you've paid the insurance company and said, look, if anything happens to me, take care of my loss. If nothing happens to me, keep the money. Takaful basically came about because of to meet the requirements or insurance requirements of those with strong Islamic faith. Having said that, Takaful is for all.
Okay.
And Noor Takaful commenced about 10 years ago, and we've been providing Takaful insurance services across Nigeria to our participants. We don't call them policyholders, we call them participants because they've all decided to participate in this pool to assist one another. So that is the major difference between the Takaful model and the conventional model. What we also say is that because it's all of us, the pool of funds that we have contributed belongs to all of us. We believe there's more equity, there's more fairness in that in managing and administering that pool. Again, because the pool of funds does not belong to the Takaful operator, you'll find out that things are done better, faster. Even if there's no claim at the end of the day and the pool is intact, the pool of funds will never belong to the Takaful operator. The pool of funds will always remain the property and assets of those who have contributed. And that is why, under the Takaful model, where there's an excess at the end of the year, at the end of the insurance or Takaful year, the surplus, the balance on the fund, is redistributed to participants who did not make a claim. So that is one of the key features that you find out under the Takaful model. If you don't make a claim, you're able to get back something at the end of the insurance year. And Alhamdulillah, since we started operating at Noor Takaful, year in, year out, we've not missed a year. We have consistently distributed surplus back to participants. Today we've done over 500 million. We've given back to our participants who have not made a claim in this number of years.
Okay, so when it comes to insurance companies, there's a lot rolling through my head, but I'll try and simplify it to this one because I wanted to jump to Ajo. I don't know if you're familiar with the concept of Ajo.
Yes, I know. Similar to an Isusu kind of.
Right, the just contributions, but I'll get to that in a minute. But with insurance companies, most of the time we think about them as being, caretakers for big businesses. What you're talking about sounds like you have packages for small businesses as well as individuals. Can you walk us through some of these packages that you offer for the smaller businesses and individuals?
Okay, you're right. Most of the time when people think about insurance, they think about insurance for the corporate guys only. And they always wonder what happens to me as an individual, what happens to the little man. Pleased to say this, that just a few months ago, NICOM, who is the National Insurance Commission and our regulator, approved or allowed us to provide what we call micro takaful. Micro takaful is similar to micro insurance, giving insurance to the smallest man on the street. Smallest man on the street meaning that if someone can afford to pay 500 naira to get an insurance cover, your office is in Marina, you're on Lagos Island. There's so many petty traders out there that come in, they sell granite, they fix watches. You know, what is the value of their assets? Very small. They're day in, day out traders. Okay? But however, if you take away whatever they have that day, you know, you can only imagine where they will be. But we believe that with some of our micro takaful products, with as little as 500 naira, they can protect their assets over that year. You find out that what's the value of their assets? 100,000, 200,000 naira, you know, but 500 naira will give them some level of protection. You have above that, you have people who have shops. Again, we're in Lagos Island. You have people who have medium-sized shops that have assets of 1 million, 2 million naira. And unfortunately in Nigeria, over the years, we've had markets across the country, from Maiduguri to Kano to Onitsha, to Lagos to Ibadan. We've had fires at markets. It's like a common event that happens. And these people have kept their wares and goods in their shops, and it's destroyed. Again, with limited amount of contribution or premium. We don't call it premium, we call it contribution. With limited amount of contribution that you can make, you'll find out that you're able to protect your assets. You and I, we own homes or we rent homes, we rent houses. We also have our content of our goods. We have our TV, we have our air conditioning, things like that. Again, you'll be surprised. What is the rate of contribution? Very small. You find out that is sub 1%, 0.25%, 0.15%, just to cover the contents of a building. So I always say this, insurance is not expensive, insurance is affordable. Our regulator, NICOM, is on a mission to see how they can make insurance more accessible to everybody on the street. For years, market penetration or insurance penetration in Nigeria has been less than 1%, which means less than 1% of the population has insurance. But now, more than ever, there are deliberate efforts for us to increase that, to go above 1%, to move to 2%, 3%. Countries like South Africa have about 7%. You can only imagine what the more developed countries and economies have.
I do apologize for interrupting you, but I want to know if you can tell us why it is that Nigerians are not comfortable with insuring things. Because as you started talking about, some of the other things that you can insure, I was thinking about personal properties, expensive laptop, a car, and then I was thinking about health insurance as well. Despite the fact that what you have has been running for some years, personal insurance doesn't seem to be very, very popular among Nigerians. Perhaps we should start with health insurance, for instance. What do you have as far as health insurance is concerned, and how can you get more people to sign up for health insurance?
Okay, so you're right. Most people don't like to take insurance because the first thing they'll tell you is, God is my insurance. That's the first thing they'll tell you.
We're Nigerians.
So, yes, we're Nigerians. So it's a cultural thing. In Islam, there's a story about the Prophet, peace be upon him, where somebody went to visit him and he says, oh, look, why don't you tie your camel? The guy said to him, no, God will take care of my camel. He said, no, first tie your camel, then God will take care of your camel. So we have that saying in Noor Takaful, tie your camel, then let God take charge if you've not done enough. So the first step is us as individuals. We need to do that. Regarding the health insurance, last year, about a year ago, we received approval from the National Health Insurance authority, NHIA, which used to be NHIS, for a full-fledged or national health insurance company, what we call HMO. Now more than ever, HMO has become more required, more in demand. Reason being, over the last 2, 3, 4 years, we've had a lot of devaluation of the currency. Healthcare has become very expensive. Healthcare has become less accessible. Medication and drugs have become very expensive. So under the Noor Health, what you can do is, for the corporates, your organization can take a plan with us. You as an individual, if you're in the informal sector, you can walk into our offices, contact us through our various online platforms, call, and see how we can provide you an individual plan. So we have this option. We have what we call the general insurance. We have the life of what we call family Takaful. Then we now have healthcare, health insurance. And our health insurance, it's encouraging wellness. Wellness being you're drinking enough water, you're exercising, you're sleeping well. All those things I've mentioned, my wife would tell you that, oh, I'm not doing any of them, by the way. But these are things that we try and encourage. And then we ensure that, look, when you're going to be able to go to the hospital, you have access. Again, we've also launched our telemedicine.
Okay.
Telemedicine allows you, from the comfort of your home, of your offices, to call our online doctors, where they'll be able to some extent, listen to to everything you have to say. Then to some extent diagnose it. Then if they require you to go in for some tests, you can go and do your test. Again, all of us work crazy hours. I know you resume very early, and we all especially those of us living in Lagos, we battle with traffic.
Oh yeah.
Now again, petrol and transportation, moving from one point to the other, has become expensive, and I think since COVID, our mindset has also changed. We're more open to doing things online. So we're giving people that option. A lot of times you don't want to go and wait in the hospital. So you have telemedicine, call in, get initial, especially when it comes to primary health care. You should be able to get, our system allows you to get primary health care. If you need to escalate it, then you might have to visit a hospital. But for the similar thing, that if you look at data, what do most Nigerians suffer? Malaria. I don't need to go to the hospital. If I talk to a doctor, and the doctor can now say, go and do a test, go and do your blood works. So, so I only need to go into the diagnostic center just to go and get my blood. And from there, the results are out. You share that result either through email, WhatsApp, to our telemedicine center. They're able to now recommend or prescribe drugs to you, which can also be delivered. So we're trying to make this as seamless as possible. Now more than ever, the younger generation, they live on their phones. If things are not done on their phones, they don't trust that system. They don't like speaking, I've come to the studio. They don't want to come to the studio. The first thing they're going to say to you
virtually.
is, why can't I just do it from wherever I am? They trust that system. They're more comfortable with that system.
So in terms of this particular health package, are there was it like price limits? What's the starting point? What's the lowest for someone to get into health insurance with Noor Takaful?
So right now, our basics limit starts at about 50,000 naira. What we've tried to do, or what we're trying to do now, again, we understand cash flow is a difficult thing. So at Noor Health, what we're encouraging is, look, we're going to give people the option of paying instrumentally, quarterly, and so on. We're trying to make these things as accessible as possible. Things are tough. These are tough times for everybody in Nigeria today. So we have a responsibility to do the right thing, to do things better. So that is the base kind of thing.
Okay.
We have different levels. We have up to 5 different standards or levels of healthcare, and depending on what it is. But I believe to a large extent we have a package for everybody.
Right. Sounds to me like I might need to upgrade my health insurance after this spot.
Yes, let's speak after this.
Let's not put that on camera. Okay. One thing has become very popular recently. The Nigerian police has been championing motor insurance, third-party insurance. I want to know your thoughts on it. Do you think this is a necessary move, and why, if you think it's absolutely necessary?
I believe it is an absolutely necessary thing. We've driven on the streets, and not just in Lagos, across Nigeria. Somebody hits you, you come down, you cause a scene, you cause traffic. It's really all unnecessary because it is expected and it is required. Motor insurance, third-party insurance is one of the compulsory insurances in Nigeria. It has always been so. Yes, now the Nigerian police are saying that, look, they're going to enforce it. To some extent, they've been enforcing it. Anytime a policeman stops you, he's going to ask you for your papers.
Right.
And one of the papers he's going to ask you for is your insurance. But now they're more deliberate about it. So it is those conversations we have when there are accidents are unnecessary, because all I need to do is, look, give you my insurance details, right? And your insurance will pay for it. And I'll tell you this, insurance, third-party insurance pays. I know the amount of claims that we pay on a daily basis, not just the general insurances, not just the comprehensive insurance, but on third-party, okay? And it's just 15,000 naira, and it covers a limit of up to 3 million naira. So you've bashed somebody, his bumper has fallen off. You don't have 500,000 naira to fix his bumper, but you have paid 15,000 naira, which covers fixing that his bumper. So get it done. To get that insurance, you don't have to talk stories, you know. And it's something that now more than ever again, our regulator is saying, look, you guys take this more seriously, because the regulator is saying, look, we have to show that we do this. But I can tell you this: Noor Takaful has been paying. We have developed a reputation in the market as being one of the fastest when it comes to settlement of claims. So my view is people should take genuine third-party insurances, because there are a few fake ones out there. When you have an accident, be calm. When you have an accident, bring out your insurance details, call your insurance company, and they'll take care of it.
So one thing I skipped over in the course of our conversation, and you mentioned it, is telemedicine. The tech side of everything in Nigeria is on the uptick. Insurance tech is the way it's described these days, and apparently there's a rise in insurance tech in Nigeria. What is your company doing to leverage technology so that customers can see this as perhaps the easiest way to get everything from insurance started to insurance claims sorted, and generally just feel at home with doing everything from the comfort of their phone? And I'm asking this not just because of the Gen Zs who are fully into tech. I'm talking about
you, an older person.
I'm going backwards.
Okay. Again, you're right. This is an initiative we commenced about a year ago. And in November, Noor Takaful launched what we call our digital solution. It's called Raha by Noor. And what it's meant to do is address these things that you have mentioned. Insurance is not very appealing. Insurance is not very nice to talk about. That's the truth. Insurance seems unnecessary. So what we have done at Noor, through Raha by Noor, is provide a kind of lifestyle solution. If you go through Raha by Noor, our digital platform, you'll be able to file a claim. You'll be able to get insurance products or Takaful products, including investment tied products. What do I mean by investment tied? You're able to contribute money on a monthly, daily, weekly, quarterly basis, and in case of death, your family is protected. You ensure that, look, you've left something for them. We have various products, so it allows you also, if you need money from those investment tied or Takaful tied products, you're able to withdraw money on the go. So if you've contributed 1 million naira and you have an emergency, you can do what we call partial surrender or full surrender and take your money out. You get back that money, you end your policy. All this you should be able to do through Raha by Noor. We are adding other features such as allows you to make bill payments, settle your electricity bill, which we all hate to pay now because that has become very expensive. Pay your cable TV, airline tickets. So Raha by Noor is a lifestyle solution, and we believe this should be able to encourage people to use it. So you're not just going to go into Raha by Noor to buy or get Takaful or insurance. You're also going to be able to do other things on the digital platform.
Right. So these packages, everything from health to personal insurance to property insurance and so on and so forth, it sounds very wonderful. But is Noor by Takaful open to just Muslims? Because I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that what you're doing, the business that you're running is based off of Sharia principles. So is it just for the Muslim faithful alone, or is it something that anybody can get into?
So we say at Noor that Takaful is for all. Takaful is open for everybody. And I'm proud to say this. A significant number of our participants are non-Muslims. We have a mix of non-Muslims and Muslims working at Noor Takaful and Noor Health. What we've been able to show is the value. Yes, you're correct. Takaful is built on Sharia principles and guidelines. What we do is ethical insurance. People ensure that, look, what they're getting is the right thing. There's equity, there's fairness. And we'll be able to prove to the world, to Nigerians, that we believe that the Takaful model, which is open to Muslims, Christians, and people of other faith, is superior to the conventional insurance. It has nothing to do with Islam. It's a value proposition. It's a value proposition. We feel this is better. We feel that when you don't make a claim, you're able to get something back. We feel that our contracts we don't have small prints. Our contracts, our policy documents are not in small print. They're big, bold. You should be able to read them, understand them. Okay? So you can't change a contract halfway in between. Both parties must agree to change a contract. So it is value that we're selling, not religious products. It's open for everybody. And we're happy. The feedback we have gotten from Muslims, Christians, and other people has been fantastic. People forget that we're a company based on Sharia principles. People just look at us and they say, look, we like the values of the organization. We like what you stand for. When you're an ethical organization, you are actually a breath of fresh air, especially in what is happening in our country. Today, now more than ever, we all demand ethical
right.
things. I listen to your radio show a lot, and 90% of the time people call in where it's the same conversation. We need better people. So this is our own contribution to our country. We believe that, look, if we run an ethical organization, if we provide ethical services, we should be able to make a little difference, no matter how small it is. We can do a dent.
Okay, so now I'm curious. Is it possible to design a specific plan for an individual based off of what they do, what they own, and the quality of their lifestyle? Does that exist within your current framework, or do you already have that in place where I can come in and just find something that fits me?
Yes, in fact, that's what interests us the most. That's what challenges us the most. Every individual is different. You may have finished school with somebody, but your lifestyle is totally different. You live in different areas, you drive different cars. Some people have bigger families and so on. So what we do at Noor, we provide solutions. I keep on saying this, we don't sell products. We never sell products. Products is forcing an individual into a particular corner. What we do is sit down with you and ask you questions, look at the various risks associated with you as an individual or as a business. And then, based on the approved products that we have, we will now package it and say, look, all you need to do is get a combination of this or just one item of that. And then it's custom built for you based on our approved products. So that allows us to kind of, how would I say it, what's that word? The word skips me, but just allows you to customize things for as an individual.
So like a bespoke plan?
Bespoke plan, yes.
Okay. In rounding off this conversation, you've been in the game for 10 years. What does the future look like for Noor Takaful?
Oh, the future is bright. It's very, very bright. First of all, Nigeria is going to be great. Nigeria will continue to lead in Africa. So for us at Noor, like I said, last year we commenced Noor Health. There are other things that we're bringing into the space. And clearly, if Nigeria is going to lead in Africa, Noor Takaful and Noor Group has to look beyond Nigeria. But what we need to do first is to grow our market space in Nigeria, tell people more about Takaful, make it more acceptable, win people in terms of insurance and trust in insurance companies as a whole, then look at the other value-added services. We're also very big on technology. We have built our in-house system that allows us to do our things better. Again, we felt we were not too comfortable with what we saw. So the system we built allows us to customize, improve on things. So yes, we're very interested in 5 years ahead. We want to be one of the top insurance companies in the country, not just the Takaful. We're clearly ahead in the Takaful space, having 60% of the Takaful market. So we now believe that, look, let's see what we can do and change the narrative. Our ambition is to change how insurance is done and accepted and viewed in Nigeria.
Awesome. All right. So final question, how do we find your brand? Is it on Google Play Store, the iOS? How do we download? Is there an app that we can use?
Yes. The app is not up. What we have now is a web app.
Okay.
Just before I left the office, we're just trying to sort out. It takes a long time. Our web app is up. Our websites are all available. noortakaful.ng, noorhealth.ng. That's NOORTAKAFUL.ng. We're also very active on the various social media handles, LinkedIn, Instagram, X, Facebook. So, you know what? Search Noor Takaful and or Noor Health. We come up top.
Right. Well, Mr. Tukur, thank you very much for sitting with us on Brands Now today. Our Brands Now conversation today, Noor Takaful with Aminu Tukur. If you want your business or your brand to be on this platform, simply send us an email, brandsnow@thisisradionow.com. Beg your pardon, that's brandsnow as your subject heading, and the email is marketing@thisisradionow.com. Until our next edition, I'm Stephen Imediego.